Sorry, I gotta turn this thing off. uh, Pardon me. I was just watching a video about um about Vegeta and Chi Chi um playing Would You Rather, and that was crazy, 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 crazy. Sorry about that. Right. So here we have the first iteration of my design. It's going to be an e-commerce website. Uh, don't mind the layout right now. It's just a brainstorming. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fit all of this stuff into 960 pixels or less. I I may end up putting the filter bar up on top instead of the left. The only thing is about, oops, I did not group those. The only thing is about that, I swear that I was selecting all of that. I've got to select this, and this, and this, and this. There we go. Except this. See, the only thing though is if I expand this, I'm trying to select on it. If I expand this over here like this, I'm gonna want the group to edit this. Only thing is if I expand this to 960 like this, there with the width of the elements, there's not the width of the elements, there's just not enough space to fit enough in there with as wide as they are anyways. Maybe I should base the image layout on squares instead. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a shot. I think I'm gonna make the pictures 200 by 200. think for this space right here, I might reserve it for something else, or I can make this text that wraps like this, prices like this, put something here, but there's some empty space. I haven't done this before, but I could also do it like this, and then somehow make the text sort of um I think I'm going to reserve this space for maybe colors or materials, or maybe the seller. Maybe putting the seller here, the seller's icon in initials with maybe some kind of star rating would be a good idea. So you know who it's being sold by. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try a little badge here. Um, we're not doing we're steering away from things like Amazon, because this store is going to be set up where every product is a different product, even if it has the same description and picture. No two products will be the same, unfortunately, or fortunately, because this is going to be like for artisans, where the whole thing is that every product is a unique product, and that's how it's going to be marketed. Everything is handmade, and even duplicates have human touches, little human imperfections that make it unique, right? So with some marketing and a good example like this, I'm thinking that putting the seller's name, or the seller's badge or name with the seller's reviews, maybe the seller's information here. Maybe that's a good idea. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and try that real quick. Try that again. Mm. So we can either display seller or because I gotta remember they're looking for something. Like we could put tags here, we could put colors here. I've seen Amazon do colors. You know, if we had color information, colors would be some information that could be displayed in a small area. And that actually could also be automated at some point. We could also do categories or tags. What it is, though, should be apparent by its picture. At this point, we've got text. We've got some area and text that the space we need to fill. I feel like we need to take advantage of as much space as possible. But what do we put there? Because we've narrowed the definition of the container so small now we can't put the product. We could put the product name next to it. Have to be small like this though. Need to grab that. We could still put it like this maybe. We make the price small like this. And increase the product this. But then the description text is what they're drawn to instead. I'm kind of looking at Amazon. Shout out to Amazon if they watch this video. I mean, they make the image. The image is always the center of attention. So I guess, because you see how, well, they have extra space here, but you know, they don't have everything all going straight down. They try to route things together that make sense, and they leave space for extras like this. So that's what I'm trying to do here, but I'm trying to take up as much space as possible. I'm trying to use as much space as I can, as efficiently as I can. At the same time, you can't make it huge. Because you have to fit as much as you can you have to fit as much as you can. Fill that. Unfortunately, it's limiting the size of that. I don't like that. But you get the idea. This is a see more button. You'd have some text here, and it would cut off at some point, so that if you wanted to see more, or see more, or if you clicked on the item itself, it would take it to a detail page. For now, though, it probably will expand out to a description until I have that implemented at some point. I want some division of space here. Have to figure out how to do it, but something like this, where you've got the product name, the picture is the center of attention, then the product name. You know, it's what is it called, how much is it, and the whole point of like, you want to get them hooked on it, right? Because that's the part of story writing. You're writing an experience, so you want to be like, what is this, and what do I want to know about it? And you start reading, and then you kind of get a little irritated, just a little, like, or curious. You're like, well, what is this? What you see more, and you go to a detail page, right? It'll pull up a detail, right? That's the idea of this. And the text, make the text. I'd probably make the text a little smaller than that. Actually makes it take up less space overall. Just good. I may refine this later, but for now, I think that's going to be our revised component here. So I gotta make it all fit in no more than 960 pixels. Yes, I could make that bigger. I don't see the need for it to be any bigger. If you style it right and you lay it out right in a just the right way, you can get it to where if you just zoom it in by increasing the font size, you just zoom the entire page in and the layout and everything follows. Yeah, that's tricky to do, but if it's done right, like see Amazon, and you get bigger. They did font size with like breakpoints, so you can zoom in and you see more, right, like this, and it's like you're viewing it on a mobile device. Something like that, maybe. That I want you to be able to see what you need to if you have to. I want the layout to adapt to that. That might be a black diamond considering the amount of time I have and what I'm trying to implement. I haven't even gotten this approved yet. I'm just planning. Group. Try to line them center like this. I might try to, this thing isn't letting me do it, but I want to align them like baseline. I guess that would be baseline. That's box though. I'd probably want to align the bottom like this together. That would look better for me, my opinion. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and group these together. All right, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and try to clone that. Goal is I want to be able to clone it 4 times. And we can. With room to spare, might I add. A lot of room to spare. Which actually means there's a lot of white space. Wait, Jordan, you forgot. I forgot I was going to try trying to click on this thing. Just saying nope. Not today, Jordan. I hate it when it does that. Okay. So now with this layout, I can fit this like 200 by 200 on a 960. I could fit this with some leftover space. I could do it like that, or I could put the search and filter up top. I'm trying to present as many products as I can while also presenting a potentially complicated search option. Yeah, and then a search bar at the top. Okay, I'm going to refine this. Instead of filtering by name, with the search box, we could have the search box default to filtering by name. And because it doesn't ask you to filter by name, it has a search box here. So we could get rid of this part here. Because we're going to include a search box here. Going to include a little bit of visual separation here. This. Thinking something like this, maybe. Right, I need to edit this group here. Go ahead and group that together. I was going to justify these, like, darn it. I was going to justify the tags so that they would just spread out. But we're dealing with a layout where there's not a lot of space and why it's not grouped together. Annoying. I'm going to do that real quick. Cool. Now I get to move them all around. The idea is they'd fit as much as they could within their container. And they would expand their height up to a certain point, and which then you would want to scroll maybe. I am trying my best to click on this thing and it's being frustrating. Okay, there we go. Nothing worse than trying to deal with software and it being frustrating like that. Right, so I was going to have to select all of these tags. I wish you could just like select like this, like you can in Word. That would be great. Group that one together already. So I was going to move the, like I said, I was trying to take up as much space as I could. This will allow me to compact it a little bit. If I decide to let the screen out far enough, because I can do this now. And for the 960 layout, I can do, could probably do something like this. Because there's enough space. Right? I am not selecting that thing behind it. It's not my intent. All frustrating. And that leaves room for whatever else you want to put here. Maybe a search suggestion or something. Maybe you'll have additional filters later. You know, if you were really fancy, you could make it where you display something else here or something, but nah. I think this is going to be fine. Then maybe the filter could be attached to the product display or something. But did I say filter? I meant footer. Do we need a footer though? I don't know. Amazon has one at the end of their product listing. It's just the thing is in a product listing, you want to take up as little space as possible that's not being dedicated to actually displaying products, because that's what they're there for most of the time right now. Not necessarily there for footer. They might want to contact you about something, and they'll need to be able to find your contact info, which is kind of why I have it this way. You could have an about or a contact link here. I mean, that's technically not usually where they put it in larger websites, but this website is small enough and focused enough where it literally has a home page. It has a home or a shop, which is, it just takes to a default location, like maybe the suggestions. Yeah, I was thinking the search suggestions. The cart would take you to your cart and an about section for the website. And then you click on this to get to your user stuff, or it could pop up a menu where you could go to your user stuff. Either way, this website is so specialized that it doesn't really need all of the complicated stuff that has to go into something like Amazon, where you have multiple language support. You got to worry about returns and orders and stuff. And like, that is something you have to worry about here at some point, right? But they have all of this extra stuff here, and their layout is complicated enough where you have to worry about that kind of thing. And they're a big company, so at the end of all of this, you have ways to get around everything. Then you have more ways to get around to the things that matter on this website. So yeah, at some point you're going to need a footer, but I feel like right now, a contact page, a contact link would be enough. You know, I guess at some point we could put maybe, because you don't necessarily want it to be buried in the menu. You don't necessarily want to have to make them look for something. You know, maybe in an more advanced version of this site, if you search for returns, like return, refund, exchange, or something like that, keywords would instead redirect you to a link instead, where the product listing would maybe return a link, or would redirect you to the return page or something, or an FAQ or an article. I think that would be interesting. Um, um, and add another one. Link. And then we have to implement the create, edit, and delete functionality. And that will be on its own. That'll probably be on its own storyboard. That requires the implementation probably. It would better. It would. Ugh. In order to implement the admin dashboard, it would be handy to implement a product listing, at least a product listing. You would need a way to get to the editor. I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe help. Maybe I could have a help link that brought them to an FAQ with some links for returns, refunds, and exchanges. Ideally, if I was a more complicated site, I'd probably would put returns or exchanges or something like that. I might put that inside of the user link, but I'm not a very complicated site right now. I can afford a bit of navbar space to make it easier Because remember, this is a specialized website, right? We're not mimicking Amazon. We're never going to be as big as Amazon, but we're going to be good at what we do. So we're going to try to make it easier for them to find a few things that they do need. Right, so you have your user there, amount of items in your cart. So as a kind of badge, maybe somewhere. You have a home. You have an about. Do you need an about though? A contact form. Maybe that could be in the help section. Maybe help could redirect them to sublinks about. Yeah. Yeah. Or support. Support's probably a more recognized keyword. Whenever something goes wrong, you look for support on a website, right? So if this thing ever went real, we'd have a support link, right? Like this. That looks great to me. And then we could have a search box at the top here. I really am stealing some ideas from Amazon, but if you look at every other website out there, they do. I know it's dirty, but they do the same thing. People have already come up with a formula that works, and they copy a little bit of it, and then they make the rest of it their own. You will see that this is literally the same thing that Amazon does. I'm formatted differently because I'm trying to make it work for what we're doing here. I don't have nearly as much information to display and sort through as Amazon does right now. So there's no need for me to be as complicated as they are right now. So that's why I'm doing it like this. Used to having to click on that line, right? So that's where you'd have to do it at like. Anyways, we're gonna do. I don't know whether to contain the input field in a box or just make the input field the box and visually style it with a button. Like this. Kind of like how Amazon does it, where you can nest the search button inside of the input field. That works too. It's a little more complicated to pull off though. This is easier to do if you do it outside like this. I think I'm going to do something like that. And there you go. I have the nav product listing, search, with this page, the now I'm not sure whether to make, because with this one, with this layout, the only thing that's going to scroll really is this here. That way they can find what they're looking for. They always have access to their filters. They can always type in their search bar. They always have the ability to go home. I'm not hiding anything yet. I haven't made a board for how it's going to look on mobile devices. If I have time after implementing the server and the minimum viable product, I will make it mobile responsive. I know I should start with it that way, but for now, we got to make a minimum viable product. I'm going to target it for the desktop right now, and we'll go from there. So I'm going off of this thing right here. Let me zoom in so that you can see it. Of course, it's 0. There we go. So what problems does my app solve? We have small businesses whose specialty is handcrafted woodworking, right? That's their hobby, and they invest money in this because they like doing it, right? But they want to get a little money back, right? They want to get enough money back to continue doing their hobby. Maybe they're retired. Maybe they want to grab a couple extra dollars along the way. And I'm also a business venture. I want to make a few bucks. So if I can say, hey, we'll take what you had and the raw materials. We'll try to evaluate what it's worth to you. We'll put a price, and I'll charge you like $5 a month. I don't know, like some tiny amount, and we'll provide you the tools so that you can put your stuff on this website, and I can support you because I'm directly responsible for this site. If there's a feature that you want, and enough people want that feature, it can be implemented very quickly within the manner of a couple weeks, maybe a month, depending on how complicated it is. And that would be the benefit. I mean, it's not like Amazon. You can't say, hey, Amazon, I want you to change this thing. And that would be the advantage of being a small business. And the idea is I do the work of helping you fill in the descriptions. I work with you to do marketing, SEO, and everything, and getting your name out there so that you, along with whoever else wants to be here, can get their products out on the internet across the United States, versus having you present your product in the middle of nowhere and nobody can get to it because nobody knows that it exists, where you're not finding the market that actually cares. It's how you split a spin. It's the spin you put on it, especially the fact that, hey, I use this thing at home all the time. It's really durable. It's made of wood. I made it myself. And you make it, the target would be handcrafted. I've been doing this for 10 years. I have a lot of experience under my belt. I like making really cool things out of fun pieces of wood. And you talk to them, you conversate with them, you sell them. You sell that this has value, and you give them buzzwords. Like, you don't pull it out of your butt, no, but you make good reason for it. I was like, hey, I have this thing. I spent a lot of time on it. I think it looks cool. Do you want to sell it? I have got a place where people come and they're looking specifically for this, right? They don't come to me because I have everything. They come to me because I'm good at the few things I do sell, and I provide excellent customer service, and I handle them, getting them set up with their shipping and everything. And I probably could only support a few clients by myself, but that would be the point of this. Is instead of being huge like Amazon and covering every market, I cover one market thoroughly, like very thoroughly, and that would be the target user would be the people that actually like the stuff, and you have to find them out there. The people who are looking for specialty artisan products, right? Not some random thing you can buy off of Amazon, right? And the prices will reflect that. They're not going to be cheap, okay? They're not going to be expensive, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but they're not going to be cheap. I'm going to try to target the price point where it feels premium along with marketing, and it is premium. And that builds up a reputation because the quality of Apple's products on the inside in terms of their functioning, they're okay, right? They're not the best product out there. They're not the fastest product out there. They're not the most durable product out there. But they built a brand. It's the reputation. It's how iconic they are. It's their marketing. That's where they sold everything. Is they built a brand. They built an experience. Now, mind you, it's not always the best experience, in my opinion, but that's how they got it. So, realistically, this what? So I'm going to go to the views, right? The views, it's going to have at least 3 views. The minimum viable product, though, will be the product listing, and that will be how they get there. It needs a product description in order to make it easier to edit them. They needs an admin panel or a seller panel, an easy way to edit and reorganize. It's probably gonna be a variation of this view where they go in and they click on something, they edit it. It goes into the detail and they edit it. I could probably fit that in here, maybe. I don't know. It could be a popover. But I just think, like, if you're editing something, it should take up the whole screen. No. You should be able to easily edit it. Like, maybe all of the other ones could fade away. I don't know. That's the indecision, right? Um, Maybe a preview button at some point would be okay, but for now, a standalone edit view with a preview on the side might be good enough. So I'm gonna need another board for that. It's too bad I can't fill this in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause recording right now. I'm going to print this out and no. I haven't done planning the views yet. I will be right back. 1 second, please. Right, so I need to know what that's going to look like. All right, we're back. Um, so I've figured out what I'm going to do. For the sake of time, and because it's not really necessary, what I'm going to do is this entire area here that contains this thing here can be its own controller. that displays the correct components depending on the route at the URL bar. So clicking on support would change this entire thing here to the support page. You still have the search box, so you can type in, search for whatever you want, eventually even support if you needed to. Um, um, it do the cart view. The only difference I think would be if when you went to checkout, like Amazon, I'm kind of going with a formula that I know already works, so that's why I'm doing it like that. Um, right. So bring this out. You're gonna see that pop away for a second. Chug. Thing running. No. Weird. Dropping frames. Nope, I am not dropping any frames. Wow. Okay, that's something. Um. All right. Okay. All right. I think I'm good for the. I'm sorry. I'm rambling today. What is with this? That is something. Hold on a second. We're not even using it that much. Pardon me, I'm troubleshooting. I'm thinking that OBS is slowing it down because I'm recording at the same time. No, just OBS. Weird. Give me. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Right. So we've got chug, chug, chug. Chug, chug, chug. Under the bug, bug, bug. Sorry about that. Right. I'm going to open up this website to open up another. Dude, I swear to God, this is like a super beastly computer and it's being slow. This is nuts. I get another 2 or so boards, or I have to stop. Wait, hold on a sec. I gotta double check that this is the right size. It was like this big. Why? 1 second, please. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with some kind of frame. We could do another window. "1024." We're gonna go over here. We're gonna copy this as much as we can because we can't really import too much. We only have 4 of them. Let's see. So I know that the nav bar was here. It was like 150 pixels. No, 100 pixels. Took up the entire width of the page was like 960. So it was like this. Comment. Nav bar. What do I want this to be? The detail page. Right. Can I do this? Lovely. Oh, weird. Anyways, positioning only matters slightly here. What's important? Weirdness. Let me try that again. Weird. That was so strange. Okay, we're good. And then for the detail page, I think I'm just gonna make it like take up the whole width of the page. So we're gonna need a controller that displays the correct subparents whenever. We'll get there in a second. So do we even need the whole page though? I don't know, man. We're just gonna go like this. I don't particularly think that right now we're gonna need anything huge with this. Oh, so we're just gonna start with a form, right? Swear to God. Never mind. It just slows down every now and then. Product name with a input field. And a price, maybe. Because we're gonna have a bit of space. It's gonna have to all be able to fit in one column, depending on if they're on mobile or a tablet or something. We may not make it mobile responsive right now, but if you're gonna write the code, try to write it just once. If you have to. If you can, I mean. Search the wrong place. Text area. Probably make it take up most of the thing. And then something like tags. With, again, an input field. The type to add tag. It's probably going to take up the width. And then in container, it displays all the tags for that item that can be removed. Do you want to edit, Jordan? Edit would be a lot. I know it's kind of lazy, but for now, though, like, I'm going to be like, nope. Oh. Right. Rightio. So we're going to go ahead and add a price. I think I'm gonna, yeah, that'll be okay. I could just make that the whole width of the page. It might be a little long. Pardon me. To be honest, though, the input fields are the amount of information we need is so like not even dense. It's so light that you could literally put it here, just edit everything here. I mean, it doesn't need its own page though. I don't know. That's a lot for this one, especially. We'll see. Tooltips would be nice at some point. Let's say click X to remove. Might do it like this though, as the same thing here. Click X to remove. Limit 50 characters. I think I gotta limit the name. Like, I'm gonna try. I don't remember how much I said, but I'm gonna do the same thing. Probably gonna do them around like actually, maybe for this I'll do like 25. Let's see. Yes, I forgot the price. Doing it that way allows me to basically do this. You can put the description and the limit on the same line. It will allow me to collapse the layout a bit. except for here. Forgot for a second. Being weird again. Getting to group these together. All right, I'm gonna try to finish this view here. I'm gonna meet with the instructors here before they leave, and I'm gonna ask them how I'm doing so far, and if they think this. I don't think this is a minimum viable product. My minimum viable product is create, edit, update, delete, and for yes, that's minimum viable product, but as in the sense of like you can't actually use it or do anything useful with it without that. But I'll ask them like, this is an e-commerce website, so people need to search. I think that would be minimum viable product. Since you have a little bit more experience than I do, would you think that too? Like, what's the point of an e-commerce website if you have to search for everything yourself? The website should be able to cater to you. We're spoiled, definitely. This is actually gonna be an input type as type number. We're just gonna make it a drop down because it kind of looks like one. And that just helps everyone that's looking at it. I doubt anything on this website's going to cost $1,000. I can be wrong, and I probably will be, but the website's being designed with just enough spacing to accommodate $1,000. If I have to, what I'll probably do is I'll probably put 1.01K or for $1,100 or something. Because I can display up to 5 characters, and I'll probably put them as K dollars. That would be something. Selling something on this website for over $1,000. It'd be even crazier if I got a little bit of a commission on it for building the website and driving the traffic to them. So yeah, like that's product name, price, description. You're gonna need image. It's gonna be 200. I can get it this one, 200 by 200. So yeah, maybe I did need a little something extra. Yeah, this one's gonna need to scroll a bit. I think I'm gonna have something like product image. For now, it's going to be a link to an image, but eventually you'd have it set up where you could upload an image somewhere and then have it linked here. I think that would be a better idea, but for now, it's just going to be you move this down a bit. Is what we're going to say here is got your product image, another piece of text over here. And because we have so much space over here, I'm going to make the input type a text area. Because they can tend to be a little large, the URLs can tend to be a bit big. Probably want to make it as big as the image. We might end up putting something else here. And then another piece of text over here, maybe on this side or in the middle here. Do a preview and do that in like a gray color, smaller text. an image preview so that people know what they're getting. If it is not a square image, it's going to be squashed. Unfortunately, it's going to be squashed to a square image because I do not have the time to figure out how to cut that up in 5 days. We only have 5 days to implement a minimum viable product here without a database. Yeah, no, that's going to be something. So yeah, here we go. This is going to be our product detail, which this is going to be our seller product edit, a product detail. And well, to be honest, with the way we've laid it out, with 960 pixels, oops, I need to, pardon me, make sure I select everything that's not already grouped. Group that together. Group these together. Group these together. And then group them both together. Then same thing here, making sure I select everything. Cool. Move this all the way over to the right. This. Select the right container because this free tool is great. But it can be a bit frustrating at times. It's like any tool. Okay, so actually, I really do not need, for the 960 version, the 960 layout, I do not need that. Because so the seller product edit, I don't need that. Like literally copy this. Sec. Because here's the filter. There's the search box, right? And there's our gap. And there's our form. That was kind of necessary. Yeah, you see with the 960, you don't really need like here. You could do it that way. If I did it like this, then what if they tamper with the tags? I guess then I'm left with a full screen form. depending on the direction of the idea here. I think you guys get the idea here now. Oh, we're gonna need right. We're gonna need a save and probably a cancel button. You could edit the data live, but I don't think you should set state until you save. And if you cancel, it should not do anything. I think that would be safer. All right, we're gonna open this up a little bit so that we can add this stuff in. Right, you can't see that. I forgot that. I'm so sorry. There, that's better. You can probably see that now. Yeah, you can see that now. My bad. Okay, so we're gonna need we're gonna need 2 buttons at the minimum. This one's gonna be save, and there's gonna be a save button and a cancel button. Now, and traditionally, they're usually on like the right side, like this. The 960 view, we can get away with them being pretty big. Finger taps. Cool. Finger width apart all times. That way, first, without it being mobile first. All right, I have a seller product edit. I'm gonna run out of boards, unfortunately. A seller product detail edit. That's what I'm gonna call it. Cool. Now we need another one. Seller product seller product listing is literally going to be see, I didn't delete these, did I? See, another frame, a window, 1024. Cool. Do you want the thing to take up the whole screen, Jordan? Or do you want them to be able to restart the search with different tags? Amazon's product listing takes up the whole page. Someone should make a compilation fail video for me. That'll be funny. Pause. Checking computer. Wow, 500 gigs already. $11 GB. Woo woo. High quality video for the win. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it though. Anyways, we're gonna do basically, we're gonna copy and paste this thing here. Copy, paste, and instead of that, it's going to take up the whole page, not the whole page, pardon me, the 960 pixels. It's going to take up that here. I think something like product name, image. We're going to want the image, right? Remember, Jordan, this is a square image. There we go, 500 by 500. That's a little big. I see why they did it kind of like that. Oh, you could do the product name. Maybe the description could be down here. Go. Well, that's really unreadable. Yeah, basically, yeah, you'd have your description here, and then you would have your price. Basically, I'm making a version of Amazon's website. Sorry, Amazon, I don't mean to steal from you. FBI, open up. Really feel like right now. Uh, we need some text. Um, we got the price. In this view, we've got a lot of space, so we're going to take advantage of it. What are we going to put here, Jordan? Um, That's right, we're missing two important things. Actually, with this on, this one, this one is actually, and there's really not a lot. So I can literally fit the entire thing in the context of the controller here. It doesn't need its own thing, but until they click on like close or done or something, I don't want them messing with the filters. I'm gonna start by putting everything together. The spacing's right. All the boxes together the way they should be. This is grouped here. That's grouped here. There we go. Yeah, I like that one. See, will it fit? Yep, that will fit perfectly fine. All right. Well, this quickly morphed into the client uh, client product detail instead. Well, that's perfectly fine. We have 30 minutes.
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I think I might push to talk on. I don't want that on right now. Okay.
I could hear you before.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my push to talk was on and I didn't want that on. What's up? You said you needed somebody to check over what you have so far?
Yeah, I just did a basic ideas and a couple of views, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm not going outside of the scope of what I could accomplish in a few days.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see.
So why don't you, yeah, perfect.
I just shared.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So, can you see this okay? Let me zoom in. So, this is going to be in. Can you see okay?
Yeah, perfect. So just give me the rundown of what each thing's doing. This is your wireframe, right?
Yeah, this is the wireframe. So the idea of this website is, so my dad runs, not runs, but my dad does woodworking in his spare time as a hobby, and he likes what he does enough to want to sell it, right?
So do I.
Yeah. So I figured,
Woodworking myself.
like, yeah, like I know a lot of you guys are small time people that want to sell a few things here and there, and maybe you don't want to mess with Amazon. Maybe Amazon's too big. So what I was going to do is come up with basically a brand that was all of you guys get together on a store and you sell your wares as the brand of the store, and the store would be known as a specialty store, like handcrafted goods. You know, those buzzwords make them feel premium, right? And the idea was, you sold your wares here, I would maybe upcharge a little bit, like 1 or 2%, and I'd help you figure out how to ship them and everything. So
Cool.
the integral part of this of any store is you need to be able to find what you're looking for and see what you have very quickly. So this is the search feature here.
Uh-huh.
On the left, you have your filters here. Um, the top search bar here will always be visible through 99% of the store. So you can always type in what you want, what you're looking for. It'll try to help you find it by name first. So since every item is unique and it can't really be placed in categories, and going off of the idea of tags, which are basically just strings that are like categories, but it's just helped, you know, kind of like your YouTube video has tags, right? Just little things that help identify what it is. And then here's a couple of things where you can sort by like name or price. I might add more later. So that's what this space is reserved for. And then over here you have this will be your product image. I know it's kind of crowded, but here it'll be the name of the product, the price, an introductory little piece of text to get people to click on it. And if they like what they see, they can add to the cart. I haven't made the cart flow yet, but it would add it to the cart. I haven't decided whether you'd be directed to the cart or you can continue adding more. I think the second one would be where I would lean to.
Yeah, you keep able to. Yeah, I would think that would be better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So let's go to my other examples.
Yeah.
See. So this is going to be their detail view. I've excluded the unnecessary details from the header here. This is going to be the name of the product, the image, um, a one of a few possibly randomly selected pieces of text to kind of make it seem like it was, made for this item. And you got the name, the seller's picture, their ratings, if ratings ever get implemented. It's just things some people have. Then you have your add to cart, and you maybe a feature later like Amazon has where you can just click buy and it'll jump you straight to the checkout process if you just want to buy this thing.
Yeah.
I reserve this space here in case I decide to implement alternate pictures. Here's going to be a short description of the text and then maybe display of some of the tags from this.
Yeah. Cool.
And I got
in amongst this, because the most important thing is full crud.
right. So
That would honestly, like, this is definitely doable. It is pretty ambitious. So we need to kind of hyper focus on getting the full points first, and then focus on all the extras, um, like just a it's a, yeah, you're making almost like Craigslist for specialty woodworking items, right?
yeah, this was gonna. I know this is only the NoDB project, but this was something I've been wanting to do for a while, so I'm taking it seriously.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'm not saying you wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, it's just sometimes you can run into big bugs. And I know you've coded in the past, so you probably know that. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I just want to make sure you understand that. I just want you to be able to present your project complete.
Right.
So
So in that case, we'll just focus on the seller side, and if I have time, we'll do the product listing. You saw the view earlier where it was the listing with the buttons with the add to cart, and I was thinking about reusing that in instead of add to cart, it could be edit or delete for the seller, and we'll just focus on that for now.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, so yeah, and then the other stuff. I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to be able to get around to it. I'm just saying, just worst case scenario, make sure that that is your MVP
Gotcha.
whole thing. Because
Yeah.
the whole thing is your MVP, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna actually code all of this, but I wanted to get it out of my head and make the rest of them like black diamonds.
Okay, cool. And then, do you have a component tree?
No, I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm probably gonna do that for the rest of the night and get back to you tomorrow morning.
Okay. Make sure you. So let's say, for example, I did on mine. Oh, yeah, you remember last night, right? I did a
Yeah.
singular post component.
Okay.
That's how, when you have a singular post component that you use as a template, when you map over something, that's reusing a component. So just make sure you have more than one, because I know you can get that, and that's points for you.
Yeah, that was totally what I was planning on doing.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure, because not everybody really understands that, and I know you do. So just remember to try to at least do one, if not two.
Okay, yeah. If I have any further questions while you're away, I'll go ahead and message them in chat and let you get back to me as soon as you can.
Okay, cool. Doing a good job, man. That's gonna be a dope project. I would use it, that's for sure. I want to eventually start doing some woodwork, because that's a hobby of mine, and then maybe selling it on the side.
Okay. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see ya.
Why stop? Take a break. Why is it so hot in here? Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. It's like, but I started with the client.
Half-Life Alex is here, my download is complete, and the only thing left to answer is how amazing is the AAA VR gaming title to turn VR mainstream. So I'm all ready to experience it with the best VR headset on the market, the Valve Index, and their fantastic pressure-sensitive hand presence controllers. But that's not what we're going to be doing today, is it? Oh boy, thank you. Instead, we're going to be trying it out at a variety of
What's up?
points. So we're starting with an Oculus Quest, a GeForce GTX.
I had a fun day of planning.
Of which is going to cost you about $500.
What do you mean by
make
fun?
Our way up
What do you mean
and
by
see
day? What do you
just
mean by
what
planning?
hardware is required for a fantastic
I mean, I planned an entire site from concept to almost like full mock-up.
USB attachable, the Mod Mic Uni, which uses a 3.5mm jack, and the Mod Mic Wireless, which is of course wireless.
Some people hate planning.
You can check out their lineup at the link in the video description.
Some people love it. Jordan, I imagine that you use a calendar system and you fill it up too? Like for your normal day-to-day?
Say that again, I didn't hear you.
So I imagine that you use a calendar system for your normal day-to-day stuff?
Oh no, I'm horrible at planning any other time.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I myself am a calendar man. I'm not on anyone's calendars, I'd imagine, but I use calendars. Hello, everyone. Say hi or something. Hey, buddy. Lurkers.
Hi, Eric.
Hello.
I'm about to say, did you forget to wake up?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, I missed your all's voices, so I convinced Kyle to let me have you today for stand up.
Oh, that's sweet. Thanks.
I know, I'm sweet. So we got a couple more people trickling in. That might be everyone actually.
Yeah, it's everyone.
So I just want to go around and just have everyone talk about how they're digging this. You like the Discord? You like your group project or your project, the NoDB? You wish that you chose something else? Like what's going on in your head?
I'm excited. I'm honestly ready to finish the plans and figure out how I'm going to implement it and get started.
Very cool. So that's one for excited. So I'm gonna
Hey,
start
yeah, so
calling people.
I'll go.
You.
I'll go ahead and go if you don't care.
I do
It was
care.
really rewarding for me. Well, awkward. No. Today was really rewarding for me. I got my plan all figured out last night, and except for the wireframe, and then I did the wireframe on Whimsical, and I thought that was really a really nice resource to have. And um, I got
For sure.
full CRUD in my back end today, and that made me feel really proud of myself. So
Yeah, I saw that. You got that nice and clean too. Your code is all indented. It's clear what everything is. Nice.
thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. So since I brought that up too, like employers, one thing they look for is like sloppy code and just make sure that you're indenting right. You know, sticking with the casing, like just being consistent.
Or you could
Thank you.
cheat and just use a linter or formatter.
Yeah, there's different tools out there. Next, about Pimba. Unless you're in the bathroom, don't answer.
So yeah, I mean, getting started, excited, nervous, all everything together, mixed up.
Cool. So those are all positives, I think. Those are all things that keep you moving forward. Jeremy.
I'm
Jeremy.
just kind of following along Kyle's video from yesterday and looking stuff up and trying to just understand it more as I go along, to be honest. Which is
Yeah,
helping though.
is it? You guys are extremely fortunate to have those videos. It's not like a one-shot deal, so it's nice to have that to watch again. Thank you, Chin. I don't think we've heard from you. Chin.
Yes, I'm here.
Chin, are you in the bathroom? What's that echo?
Yeah, the ping pong tables.
Uh-huh. So, how about you?
It's good. I mean, just getting started, comparing it with the sample code, and can't wait to stay up all night long. It'll be an excuse to do so.
That's what it's all about. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I'm gonna like try to channel Lionel Richie tonight, all night long.
This guy is nuts. I love him
I
as a
can dig
friend.
that. Just keep it down a little bit. I'm gonna need to get some sleep.
I don't have no neighbors anyway. Everybody is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, the
Hi.
glam. Hello. Hello. How
Hello.
about you? How you doing?
I think it went well today. It's nice having Kyle's videos to review because I feel like yesterday you're just like frantically typing everything, trying to follow along, but then when you're rewatching it, you get to understand it a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Trevor.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, no, I felt today was going fine. I've just been doing a lot of like prep, more like figuring out what exactly I'm going to plan out and do.
Yeah. Curious, what kind of snags have you hit today, if any?
Oh, like issues?
Yeah, issues.
Oh, and more just coming up with like, so like I'm going to implement like CSS. Well, what is the best way to implement CSS? Or like when I'm like having like each individual component have its own CSS file in it, it references and stuff like that. Like my file structure set up.
Yeah. Yeah, that itself can be a little killer.
Yeah, so I got a lot of that done today, and so tomorrow will be more like implementing everything.
Very cool. I want to mention that with the weekend coming up after tomorrow, of course, if you guys feel stuck at all, I've been noticing other cohorts just kind of hanging out in the voice chats for the group. Just feel free to keep yourself logged into one of those voice chats with your mic muted or something and use each other as a resource. Talk to each other or something. Kind of suck just being stuck at home all the time, so you got each other.
Amen to that statement.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Well, I'm excited for y'all. I love my NoDB. I love my NoDB more than I love my personal project and my group project, just because it was like my first real accomplishment with anything here. So I cherish it. Cherish it enough that it's on my portfolio, which not a lot of people do. It's not the best thing, but it's my thing. So have fun with your NoDBs and lean on each other. And does anyone have anything that they want to say before we finish up?
Echo, remind me at 9 p.m. to wind down for bed.
Do we have to check in at 9 o'clock
Okay,
tomorrow?
I'll
and
remind you at 9 p.m.
here, or we'll see each other on Monday?
Any day that you would have normally been at Dev Mountain, you need to check in at 9, lunch, and end of day.
Do we need to check
Okay.
out? I mean, do we need to check in when we're going out for lunch, or is that just when we come back?
I think just when you come back is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you went to like lunch at 12:30 to 1:30 today, you should have checked in at 9, 1:30, and then after this is done, go and check out or check in the room.
Cool, because I would definitely forget to check out for lunch.
Yeah, I think that would be a little much also. So not everyone eats lunch. Not everyone eats for a full hour. So we just need you back at the right time is all. And of course, don't leave before lunch starts. But I think that's a given.
Cool, cool.
Okay. All right, y'all. You have an awesome awesome evening. And I'll see you in the morning.
See ya.
All right.
See ya. Thank you so
See ya.
much.
Bye, guys.